Prisons in England and Wales are to undergo an overhaul that will be the biggest in a generation, Justice Secretary Liz Truss has said. She unveiled a white paper detailing £1.3 billion of investment in a modern prison estate over the next 5 years. The plans include recruiting an extra 2,100 prison officers, new drug tests and more autonomy for governors. Labour said the speech would be a blatant PR stunt unless comprehensive plans to address staff cuts were made. Ms. Truss said the prison system was under serious and sustained pressure, with rising rates of violence and self-harm, constant threats to prison staff and missed opportunities to reform. She said the cost of reoffending by former prisoners to society was estimated to be £15 billion a year, adding, "We owe it to our hard-working prison staff to reverse these trends. We owe it to prisoners and their families. And we owe it to our communities and victims of crime." The debate about a growing crisis in the prison service has increasingly focused on staff shortages, with officer numbers having fallen from about 25,000 to 18,000 since 2010. The 2,100 extra officers are in addition to 400 new staff announced by Ms. Truss last month, which means a total of 2,500 new recruits joining the service. They are due to be in place by the end of 2018 at a cost of £100 million a year, but will still leave staffing short of the levels seen before 2010. The number of prisoners has risen slightly over the same period. How dangerous are our prisons? The prison officers helping ex-prisoners. Drugs and tension, inside Wandsworth. Worst state for a decade. Ms. Truss told BBC Breakfast the extra staff will enable us to have a dedicated officer for each 6 prisoners. That's the ratio that we can operate at to make sure that each prisoner gets that individual support that helps them reform, get off drugs, get into work, but also keeps the prison safe. But staff levels were not the only issue, she said, adding, "It's also about tackling the drones, the drugs, the phones." Prisons in